How long have you been performing, and how long has Castles in Spain been around? You were like on it. The mix, everything was perfect.
About 80 some years, something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems like it, but in a good way. No, we formed it quite a long time ago. I started this band, in the mid-'90s, and I've had members come and go. One in particular has come full circle. The keyboard player, Nice, was my original drummer for 7 years for the first 2 records. And then he fell in love and left me and went to LA, whatever. And I have now Joe, who's been with me on bass for over a decade, and Anthony for about 6 years, and Nice, full circle, is back in the band as keyboard and programming. So we've independently released 5 records. They're all on iTunes, by the way. The most recent one, I decided to work with a producer by the name of Sylvia Massey. I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but she's worked with like big shots. I don't want to name drop because it's really annoying, but she's worked with some big shots, including Castles in Spain.
Yeah.
So we've been at it for a long time. So
yeah. And so
it's
what are
hard
your
to like get this question over here and like.
So what are you? I'm looking at you and trying to think about what are your inspirations. Like if you were on let's say you were on a desert island and you could only bring one CD with you, what would it be?
Oh, that's easy. Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions.
Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions.
Yeah, that's easy.
All right, so if you were, that's a good one. Yeah.
Actually, I like a lot of music, but that's the one.
If you were on that same desert island and you could only bring one musician with you and jam with that musician, who would it be?
One musician?
Yeah, or if you could jam with anybody, a band, or who would you want to jam with?
I'm already jamming with them, my boys.
You would bring your boys with you. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, that was definitely super tight, and I could see where your bass player was on those riffs, and the keyboard was filling in the spaces. Yeah, and so the name Castles in Spain. What's your origins, and where? I'm trying to figure out from my point of view. Are you sort of punk or new wave? I
don't know myself. Honestly, the industry doesn't know what to do with this. That's probably why we're still independent. I've been to those music industry seminars, and they're like, we don't know what to do with you. You're not really alternative rock. You're not metal. You're not punk. You're not. Well, that's good, because there's nowhere else for music to go but to become eclectic. And as a little girl, when I was 4 years old, I always wanted to do it all, because I grew up with Roberta Flack and Billie Holiday, and then Zeppelin and Sabbath and Floyd and Beatles, Annie Lennox, shall I go on? Jane's Addiction, U2. It's just Dead Can Dance, Susie. It's just all that stuff would be in my head, and I've always wanted to have a sound where we incorporate and channel all that music. A musical mutt.
All right, let's give it up.
Yeah.
All right. Give it up for fusion of all kinds of different aspects of life and no labels, and see if we can pound through the internet and get people to listen to your music. All right, well, let's give it up for Biachi.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.